Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo, and I'm delighted to be joined by the ridiculously talented Yu Lee with her fantastic movie, A Poem by Alba. Let's take a look at the clip. I'm delighted that you're here. Thank you for bringing your film to us, honestly.
Oh, thank you so much. What a wonderful experience this has been. And I have to say, you guys are ridiculously nice.
Hey, you know what? We got to be kind to each other, right? Like,
Definitely are.
we just have to be. But that means a lot to me, and it means a lot to everyone at NFMLA. So thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
I just wanted to be in the world that you created for us. Like, I was so in love with the film
Thank
and the
you.
character. But for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis.
Sure. So this really started my journey. So I think I said this briefly yesterday. I'm trained as a fashion designer. I had my own fashion brand for 20 years, but I knew it wasn't my absolute love. So I wanted to transition into something, but I wasn't sure. And then I became a mom. And when you're a mom, you start taking a lot of pictures of your child and you start tinkering with your hand. And I wanted to just make a lullaby for my daughter because I don't know an English lullaby song. And then I made this riff. I couldn't finish the song. So my composer friend helped me. So we made it into this beautiful lullaby. And I wanted to capture that into music video. And I thought, okay, I could make it into a stop motion thing. So I contacted my CG artist friend and she said she'll compile it together for me. And then I made a stop motion lullaby song. And it was the most fun I had. It took about 6 months. So that got me into stop motion. And then I made 3 music videos and then applied to USMFA program, got in.
Wow.
And this is my second year MFA film that I made for Alba. And this all transpired by the recording I had at the end of the credit, which everybody should listen to that. That is a real Alba talking. She came to my
Wow.
baby shower. She's since passed away. And it's just such a beautiful little thing she wrote for her daughter. I thought, okay, I can make a film around this. And this happened during pandemic, in the beginning of pandemic. And I put all my yearning of wanting to see my family who are all overseas. And I, feeling isolated, and my parents are older and they felt isolated. So I put all that angst in making this film.
Oh, oh my goodness. Like, I'm so glad that you made this film. I really am.
Thank
And
you.
I mean, you mentioned a little bit about where the inspiration came from, obviously,
Mhm.
and rest in peace, Alba, who gave us this beautiful, beautiful poem, as well. I'm amazed that, like, this is like you've just kind of moved into filmmaking after being a fashion designer, as well, which certainly gives you credit for your fantastic visionary and creation of this world that you created. You did mention something actually at the film festival about this street, this place that you've created.
Oh,
I was just wanting more of this world and the way you designed it, the whole thing. Tell us a little bit about that and how the kind of process of bringing Alba's place and
yeah.
the world around it.
Such a great question. Thank you for asking that because all the films that I made, and I've made so far 3 narrative shorts, and they all take a place in this one block of street on 8th Street. It's in Georgia City downtown. It's where I lived for 10 years before I moved back to LA. And I think as a storyteller, which is I love being, you always have to write about story that you know and what resonates with you. And I think the world we live in now, it's very disconnected and isolating, and social isolation is the norm. It just doesn't make sense to me. Human beings are not meant to be this way. So I seek out stories that connect us, and to me, sense of belonging, community is a big part of my storytelling. And that's why I keep going back to this 8th Street. So Alba's apartment, which the backdrop is on 8th Street. And I made the other short, and it takes place in exterior of 8th Street. So I keep building this world because it's the people who live there ultimately that interest me, but it also makes me feel like, okay, we can get through this. We can belong. We can get along with each other.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we can. We really, really can. I have to say, I watched your film, and also having my loved ones overseas as
Yeah.
well. You really go through a lot, obviously, during this pandemic as well. And first thing I did after watching your film is I just called my mom.
Oh, I
I
love
feel
that.
grateful I'm able to even do that. But like, I'm just so curious. Like, you gave me such a reaction, and the world that you created. What did you kind of want your audience to take from your film?
I think that's the best compliment you just gave me, because when I started making out this movie, I said one thing to all my advisors and mentors. I said, I want people to watch this short and call their loved ones after. That was the only goal I had.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's
You
like
did
such a
it.
great compliment. And I think what it is, it's just like, it's if you can get a little bit of empathy, right,
Mhm,
out of this, and that's the how powerful this medium is.
mhm.
There's so many good that comes out of movie making, right? And for me as a storyteller, the part I love about it is it can resonate a feeling that touches not just me but to the audience, and together we can do one act of that makes a little bit somebody's life better. But what a great medium this is.
Oh my goodness, it really is, and it's extremely powerful. And I mean, what's so fascinating is like the vibrancy of the colors,
Yeah,
in the film was so standout. I don't think I've ever seen a stop motion with so much vibrancy of color. It was just so delicious to watch,
thank
actually.
you. And I think that's thanks to my fashion background. And when I started this, it's you're getting all my I'm so you should be looking at all my phones. So I
Yes.
spent such a long time designing colors. At first I started with a color because color dictates the mood. So I set three color: green, yellow, and lavender, and that pretty much resonate throughout the whole movie. And then I built texture around it, and then of course everything just fell into the place.
You are so talented. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're making film. I'm ready for more, and it does bring me to ask you, because I know there's going to be an expansion on the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what is next for you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So the ALBA gave me the opportunity to get the Film Independent Leica Animation Grant. So I spent about a year finishing my next short, which just wrapped up. It shortened 3 years of my life. I joke around, but I'm not kidding. It really did. It's that much work. And then after that, I'm building one more story, and hopefully I'll find out at the end of the month it get picked up or not. I'm crossing my fingers. If it does, it would be sort of like a dream come true for me. But even if it's just, I think when you find your passion, right, it doesn't matter how old you are, and you guys know that better than anyone. I think when you have that spark, it's like nothing can stop you. So I've only done this for 4 years now, and I just love it so much.
I don't believe in doing it for 4 years. Doesn't make any sense to me. I've been doing this a lifetime, but honestly, it's a credit to the talent that you have, and I think that the wonderful thing that I think that you really put into your work as well is that you can really tell the heart that you put into this, and
Thank you.
and every part of it, and even just talking about through the textures, the character, like I just love the amount of heart that you've got in this film, because it
Thank you.
really does stand out. And so I'm just very happy you're making film. This is so wonderful. And I just want to just finish up by saying, in the 4 years you have been doing this, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would just love to be, as brave as you, and go and make their films, and make their. Do you have kind of any advice for any
I
filmmaker?
do.
Yes.
I'm gonna say something. I think this applies to everybody. Somewhere along, I figured out one thing. I'm a little bit morbid in this way. I always think about the day I'm going to die in my deathbed. And if it's something I'm going to regret not doing, I always go for it. So I'll say to anyone who's scared, they think, for whatever reason, stopping them from pursuing their true passion, why live the life of regret? Just go for it. What do you have to be afraid of? So that's my motto, you know?
Wow. I tell you what, I'm glad that you're a mom too. I wish
I
this
am a
is
mom.
wonderful. I know I was going to say it's wonderful advice for your child to hear. This is like they're very lucky, your children. My goodness. That's amazing. Well, listen, we're so proud to have you part of New
Thank you.
Filmmakers. I just want more and more of your work. Please know that you're part of our family now. So we
I'm
hope.
so privileged. Thank you so much. So wonderful to, I cannot thank you enough.
Oh, thank you so much, Yuli, everybody, and we're going to see much more films. But thank you so much for a poem by Alba, and
Thank
God
you.
rest in peace, Alba.
Thank you. Bye.